This video will be on how to blow up your squat. This video will go through everything from absolute beginner when you're starting out to advanced. We'll break it down into two parts. The setup, which will go over how to prepare your body under the bar and walk it out to allow the most efficient walkout. The second part will go over the actual technique of how to do the squat, the downward phase and the upward phase. From there we'll go over the equipment to use in the squat. So let's begin. The setup. The first thing you'd want to do is make sure the bar is the right bar. You want a bar with a knurling indents and not smooth in the middle. This is because you want the bar to grip onto your back so it does not slip. If the bar is smooth, then it's more likely to slip, which will lead to less stability in the squat and lead to technique breakdown. Make sure you put up the safety guides on the side of the squat, so if you can't make it out of the hole, you can easily dump the bar on the rack or place it on them. Clip the plates on with clips to make sure they aren't sliding when doing your set. And also, if you're strong enough, the bar may begin to bend and the plates might fall off, which will lead to something like this. When the bar is on the rack, you want it to be around nipple to shoulder level. This is so the bar is low enough for you to re-rack, as you don't want the bar to be on your back after a heavy set and can't re-rack it. Also, you don't want it to be too low that you're doing a squat to lift it up, as this will waste energy and take away from your set. Double and triple check everything is where it's meant to be. Get under the bar and retract your scapula as if doing a pull down. Once you're under the bar, create as much tension between you and the bar as possible. Pull the bar into your back as if doing a pull up or a pull down to do this. Put your hands in as close to your shoulders as possible as your mobility allows, as the closer the hands are, the more stable the bar will be on your back. However, there is a point when if you go too far in, it may hurt your wrists. When the bar is on your back, you want to be pressing against the trap area for high bar squat or on the rear delt area for low bar squat. I'll go over the differences between the two now. The two different types of squat is high bar and low bar. High bar is when the bar is on the traps and likely biases the quads, as you are able to stay more upright, which put more torque and a bigger moment arm on a knee joint. So the knee has to produce more tension to move the weight. For low bar, the bar will be lower down on your back around rear delt level. It will cause you to lean forward more. Therefore, to stand back upright, the body will need to use your hip extenders, glutes and the lower back muscles more. Once you find where to put the bar, make sure it's not on bony places, as this will cause issues. Brace hard by taking a deep breath in and expanding the abs out, as if preparing for someone to punch you in the stomach. You can crunch down on the abs a little bit, as this will allow for a more neutral position, which will allow for a better unrack. To do the unrack, make sure your feet are underneath the bar, and then push your hips on underneath the bar and stand up with the bar on your back. The only movement you want from this is leg extension. You don't want any spinal extension. To walk out, you want to take one step back with one foot, then one longer step back with the other. Bring the foot that's in front in line with the other one, and then do a little shimmy around to make sure everything's in the place you want to be. Make sure it feels comfortable for your stance. Everyone's stances will be different. Some people have closer stance, some people have wider stance. Play around with it and see which one you like the best. An important note to mention is you don't want to be taking too many steps out, as this can lead to wasted energy for your set and also takes more time to bring back in after your set. That is how you set up for the squat. We'll now go over the main technique. You want to keep pressure throughout the whole foot, as this will allow for the best base of support and allow you to have the larger center of gravity, which can increase balance and stability for the lift. The main 3 points of contact you want to keep is the heel, the big toe, and just under the little toe. This is known as the tripod. This allows you to keep pressure throughout the majority of your foot, which can allow the best force production. Externally rotate the knees, or in other words, point the knees out, so you can feel the glutes become contracted and engaged. This will prevent your knees from caving in on the squat, and also allow for your knees to follow in line with your ankles. Another cue, instead of externally rotating the knees, is just spreading the floor with your feet. Both accomplish the same goal, just different words of phrasing it. Take a deep breath into the abs and expand outwards as far as you can. Break at the hips and knees to begin the eccentric lowering portion. Once you hit depth, which is when the top of the knee is above the hip crease, then stand back up. Make sure on your lowering portion you are controlling the weight down. Take advantage of the elasticity of your tendons at the bottom and spring back up, as this will allow for a more powerful squat. You don't want to be out of control with the weight, as this can be dangerous and lead to injuries. You want to be in control but moving fast, which allows for the best force production. Make sure to keep your brace throughout the whole eccentric, and then 3/4 or halfway up the concentric, breathe it out. Okay, we'll now go over the equipment you can use in the squat. The main piece of equipment I recommend is a belt. A belt is a great way to increase the stability of your squat. This is because it allows greater intra-abdominal pressure, which can allow you to brace better. It also allows you to keep injury free, as your whole body will be better supported, and it can allow you to progress faster because you can recover better from your squats. Another piece of equipment you can use is a heel elevated shoe, as a heel elevated shoe allows better ankle mobility as you begin the squat with further plantar flexion, which means you can go into greater dorsiflexion before you reach how far your mobility allows, which can allow you to hit depth more easily and more comfortably. This isn't for everyone, however, just play around with it, see if you like it, and then integrate it into your training. If you're not using a heel elevated squat, you want to be squatting in flat shoes, as this allows the best force production to the ground. You don't want to be squatting in anything with cushion, as it's spongy and it's like squatting on marshmallows or a pillow. It won't allow you to produce enough tension into the ground to lift as much weight as you're possibly able to do. The third piece of equipment is knee sleeves. This won't help to add weight onto the bar necessarily, but it can help keep your knee joint nice and warm, which can just improve the feeling of the squat. Another piece of equipment you can use is wrist wraps. Wrist wraps can help you if you find your wrists are hurting after you squat. This is as it keeps the wrist joint more stacked over the forearm, which decreases the amount of extension or flexion your wrists are going in. This will keep your wrists healthy in the long term. I believe that is everything we'll cover today. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I'll be going over bench and deadlift soon. Links are in the description below for equipment I recommend and videos you can watch if you want further in-depth guides. So make sure you check out the description for all of that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.